Okay, happy Monday, everybody. Good to see you. Big waves, big waves. Good to see you. Get them both going this morning. So, our word for today is generosity. Generosity brought to us by Billy Grady in Kansas City. Billy, thanks for the word. And I just felt like a radio announcer just for a second for some reason. So, anyway, I'm not. Uh, but I do appreciate the word, and I want to challenge all of us. This word generosity, if you're looking to grow and expand, okay, we're going to talk about this word this morning, but I challenge all of us, if we're looking to grow and expand, use your talents, your skills, your lane that the good Lord has given you over the years to see how you can with a generosity mindset, serve the people around you. And you'll see whatever it is you're wanting to expand, you'll see it grow. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So, generosity, the quality of being kind and generous. We obviously know this. We know the word, right? But I went and pulled up the good book. 2 Corinthians 9, verse 6 and 8. I got to read it to you. It says, remember this. Whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously. Each of us should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Raise your hand if you've heard that before. Man, I used to sit on the front row, front pew with my grandmother, really because she had bubble gum that I could eat during church. But here's the thing. She had that outlined. I remember it in her Bible, and it was a great memory for me. And I thought, man, generosity. At the end of the day, if we want to expand, how can we grow generously to the world around us? That's it. That's the answer. And I go back to Coach Myra Miles. I followed her for years. She don't want me to say this, but I go, how did she excel in education, athletics, business? Generosity. It was generosity. How will she excel in the profession she's growing now? Generosity. I mean, it's what she's done her whole career. So I thought about this. Here are 5 ways to bring more generosity into your life, into my life, without a magical wand. Number 1, we got to be generous to ourselves first. Like, we got to treat ourselves. Some of these you're going to think about and go, wow, I didn't think about it like that. We got to treat ourselves good. And we got to give time to ourselves. I've been getting up at 4:30 in the morning and getting my mind right. Really, it's a generosity I've given myself. And I can't tell you what it's done for my day, for my week. And there's no doubt that's needed. Number 2, be generous with your time. Not only your time with others, but I got to build time throughout the day to give back to myself, to be generous to myself. How many times maybe your business is about doing Zooms, and man, you book Zoom all day long. And you're like, your eyes are fried by the end of the day. Anybody been there? Or if you're a coach, man, you coach, you serve. And then you get to the end of the day and you're like, man, I'm gaining weight. I'm tired. I'm beat up. So we got to carve the minutes out. Maybe it's just 10 minutes before the next activity in our day, but we got to carve it out to be generous in our time to ourselves. Number 3, we got to be generous with our words. You and I have the power to move. We have the power to inspire, to encourage, but also deflate people around us. We got to choose it wisely. We got to be generous with our words. Number 4, we got to be generous with our network. And this is what I love. And you should applaud yourself on the Coach's Corner, because we're being generous with our network by this community every morning, Monday through Friday, taking 15 minutes. Because here's what it says: connecting people and nurturing your own support network is a generous thing to do. And if you do that, it's been studied. The people that do that are the ones thriving in this world. And then the last one, be generous with your wealth. And I think that's the first thought in my mind. And when I hear generous or generosity, is be generous with my wealth. But here's what we got to all come back to. Small amounts can mean so much to people in need. It could be the cup of coffee. It could be the bottle of water. It could be just a little small meal. Maybe it's leftovers after a restaurant that you take and you give to the homeless or to somebody out there in need. I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you this: we've all got that little that we could give to the person in need that's on our heart to give would be a great form of generosity of our wealth, because we truly all are very wealthy when we think about it, according, in respect to the rest of the world. So guys, that's my thought today on generosity. I think this word really brought it home to me and made me even more grateful and blessed that I'm a part of this community right here every day. Coach, I'll turn it to you.
Absolutely. Great message, Coach. We're going to kind of overlap one another on our message this morning. But anyway, thank you for all that you do. And I think everyone in this community would say you're one of the most generous people on the face of this earth. And we appreciate everything that you do for all of us. So thank you. And Billy, thank you so much for the word, buddy. I mean, outstanding. When we hear the word generosity, most of the time, what do? We automatically connect this word to money. I know automatically that's about the first thing I think of when you hear that. Don't get me wrong now. Being generous with our money is a wonderful thing. But that's not the only way we can show true generosity. And my second paragraph right here falls on something Coach said. In 2 Corinthians 9:6, it says, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly. And whoever sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Personally, I don't think God is more impressed with the big money as much as he is with our heart. That's just my opinion. But our gift from God is life. Do you think about that? That's a pretty huge gift that we've been given life. That's the most generous gift of all. So what we do with this gift is going to ultimately define us, y'all. Sometimes many of us get absorbed in the day-to-day existence. And somewhere along the way, we forget that we've been blessed for a reason. We've been blessed to be a blessing to others. We have talents, we have ideas, we have resources and time that we can give generously to others. We all have something to offer when it comes to generosity. It doesn't matter if we're rich, poor, black, white, Asian, Mexican, or any nationality. We all can show generosity, not only with money, but simply with our hands and our feet. So why do we give away so little when it comes to generosity to give to others? Think about that. That kind of knocked me in my nose this morning. I believe it's strictly due to just our perspective. It's our perspective. So maybe we need to change it and tweak our perspective a little bit when it comes to us giving more and having more generosity. We need to reflect and remember that we've all been given that most generous gift of all time, which is life. When we reflect back on this, it puts us in the mindset that when we're being generous and helping others, we are in return being blessed and having generosity given back to us. You know, shouldn't we create or want to create a ripple effect? You kind of with me on that? Shouldn't we want to create the generosity ripple effect? And what I mean by that, we give to others, and guess what? They're going to be generous to somebody. Whoever they were generous to is generous. So it's just a ripple. It goes on and on. You get the picture. You understand that. You know, in closing, I simply want to reflect back to what we shared earlier, and what Brent and I both shared this, is generosity truly begins with the understanding that we have been given that greatest gift of all when we were given life. And by receiving this, we should give to others with an open and loving heart. Let me end by asking you this. When you are the recipient of someone else's generosity, how does that make you feel? Me, personally, for Myra Elizabeth Miles, it makes me feel loved. It makes me feel loved. So I challenge you today, as we start a new week, just be generous, and let's start that ripple effect today and showing this generosity to more and more people. Y'all have a great day. I love y'all. Just a blessing to get on here this morning. See you in the morning.
Coach, thank you so much for the message, Billy. Thank you for the word, generosity. And I challenge all of us today. Let's find somebody today in our walk, in our journey in this world, that we can be generous or show generosity to. Just one person today. I know I will.
Yes.
So thank you for your time this morning, guys. We love you. We're grateful for you. Have a great Monday. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Blessings.
Wonderful.
Thank you, coaches.
Thank you,
Thanks, coaches.
Good morning.